We've heard some interesting things out of Niagara about these flash mobs, about how, whether it's Niagara or the rest of the world, how you get more attention on social media. Something's developing right now. We're going to explore this topic with three gentlemen from the region. Joining me today is Guy Graveline from Niagara Economic Development. Guy, welcome. Albert Iannantuono of Tri-Media in Welland, Albert?
St. Catharines.
St. Catharines, sorry. And Kristen you've seen before on the show with Fourgrounds. Albert, what is this idea?
Well, first of all, we think it's a great social idea. We're calling it the Niagara Social Project. And it's a way for Niagarans to showcase what Niagara has to offer the rest of the world. So we've involved various private sector groups, Kristen's group and others, to develop a song, an original Niagara song, which was done by a great artist by the name of Dan Romano, who's now touring, I think, across North America with City and Color, and used to be the lead singer for Attack in Black, a really cool band out of Welland. And he created a great song. We approached him, and we were going to use one of his original songs that he had produced already. But he came up with an idea and said, "Do you mind if I write an original song for Niagara?" And we said, "Great." So we gave him some parameters, and we think he's done a great job on it. And then we wanted to create hopefully a viral, but a video that went along with it. And Kristen's group did that. We also created a whole website and a way for local businesses and individuals to participate. And we have a YouTube channel called Niagara Social Project that all of this material is on there. And there's quite a bit of content there now. But the whole concept obviously is a video, music video of sorts that we will be putting on
So who will be on the video?
Niagarans. So we've already probably shot 50 to 60% of the final shoot, but we've got waitresses, we've got business people, we've got just people from all over Niagara participating, singing the song, mimicking the words. The best, I guess, way to explain it is there's a song by Nickelback, and you might remember the name of the song. There's a song by Nickelback, I Want to Be a Rock Star.
Yeah, right.
That was your opportunity to be a rock star. But I Want to Be a Rock Star, and the video has famous people mimicking the words, and that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Right.
But it's just Niagarans doing their part and having fun, but showcasing all there is across the entire region.
Guy, the business of economic development is challenging in this economy, man. How does something like this social project fit into the overall scheme of marketing?
Well, when we talk viral, we're talking global. And our job is to brand and market Niagara. So we've been working, utilizing the Niagara Original brand, which is Niagara's brand. And when Albert and I chatted, it just made so much sense, because here's another way by which we can empower people across Niagara to use the platform, which is Niagara Original brand, to tell the world who we are, what we have to offer, or in terms of living, working, and playing in Niagara. So it was a perfect fit. And I think sometimes we're a little reserved. We don't want to go out and beat our chest and tell people who we are and great things that we have here. Some would say that if we tell too many people, it may change. But from the perspective of branding and marketing Niagara further out there, this is a great tool. And I think as well, conversely so, sometimes we think everybody knows about Niagara because we have Niagara Falls. Our research shows quite the opposite. People aren't really aware of all of the things that we have here in Niagara. So this type of a video, first of all, a lead video, plus the opportunity for others to upload their own videos, was natural.
Guy, some of us think a lot of people in Niagara don't know what is in Niagara.
Yes, it's true.
So Kristen, you're involved with so many projects. You've done some shooting with this already?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have. Yeah, like Albert said, we've done approximately about 50 to 60% of the shooting, so we're definitely not finished at this point. But as Albert also said, we've been filming everything from festivals to businesses and organizations and individuals all over Niagara. So really, the scope has essentially no limitations in that sense. The idea has been and will be to show Niagara, as much of Niagara as we can in 2.5 minutes, however long the song is, and to give a voice to as many people of Niagara as we can.
You know, I'm a member of the Social Media Club of Niagara, and this locomotive of social media is here and will only flourish further.
Right.
No offense to old media, but this is actually kind of hip that you've got sort of in essence, a younger edge to it.
Yeah.
Is that important, Albert, that edge?
Oh, absolutely. I think, like anything, we need to be in the medium of the day. Just before we all came in, we all checked our Blackberries to see what messages we had. Earlier today, someone didn't know what something meant, so they Googled it. So that the tool of the day is here, and that's YouTube, it's Google, it's the internet. And so we're taking advantage of that. But more importantly, I think, is we're talking to the generation that's a little younger than at least Guy, but younger than some of us.
Yes.
And letting them know that Niagara's a great place. I've got a son who's away at Western, doing well. I fear that he'll never come home. Not that he doesn't come home. His mom wants him home all the time, but never come back to work or have an opportunity here in Niagara. Hopefully this might help change. There's a lot of people out there trying to make that change, everything from politicians, Guy's group. This is one more thing that we hope will get out to that more youthful group out there, and also an easier way. The one thing I just want to add is that we hope this becomes almost a perpetual tool.
Yes.
So we're just
Yeah.
So we're just starting this as kind of the catalyst, but we encourage others to go to the YouTube channel and put their own little video that says, this is what I think about Niagara and why it's so great, and hopefully that'll encourage others.
And since Albert's raised the issue of age, I saw him the other day using his laptop, and I had to show him my new tablet. By the end of next year, there's going to be more tablets and smartphones sold than there are going to be PCs.
Yes.
So if you think about people who are on the go, and you think about the use of social media, whether it's uploading a video that somebody has produced, or whether it's another version of the one that we're going to produce, we can hit people immediately by tweeting, by putting it on Facebook, and getting it out there, and they'll be able to capture it live right on the go. And I mean, that's what the whole term viral is. I mean, you just send it out, and it gets picked up by hundreds of thousands of people.
Help me with this notion, because there are a billion sites and billions more.
Right.
How can you break through that?
Well, we hope that Niagarans will help break through that. So the whole point, we hope, is that people will go to it and say, this is cool. Let me share it with my friends. So I'm sure you have thousands of friends on your Facebook, maybe more. I've got 482. I think I added one this morning, so 49. But I will be telling my friends, and everybody else will be telling. It's like that old Clairol hair product. One person tells one person, then they tell. So it's, as we were talking before we went on, it's going back to the old way of doing marketing and sales and promotion, is one-on-one. This allows us to do that, and people of Niagara can then share it with their friends all over the world, and on and on and on.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think the other way of looking at it, you're right. There is, it's getting to be a very busy place. But at the same time, it's part of what we want to tell people about Niagara. We are, engaged with technology. We are using it. We are cool, so to speak. We need to change opinions, behaviors, and attitudes about Niagara, and this is just another way to do it.
I've said many times on this show and in other meetings in the public, some of the harshest critics of Niagara are from within Niagara. Yeah. People in Toronto love coming here. People from New York love coming here. But we have this internal negativity button sometimes, and which makes your job even more difficult, because you've got to reach out to the world. And this, because it is social, you call it the Niagara Social Project. Give us some timelines. When will we see it?
Well, we're shooting, as we said, and we encourage your audience out there to join us next Thursday.
This will air after this is delayed, so they won't.
Okay, but there'll be announcements in other local media about other flash mobs, but we're doing some flash mobs over the next month. November 1st or thereabouts, we're going to have a trailer on the website, but we encourage people to go to niagarasocialproject.com. All the updates and whatnot will be there. We're planning on January 15th, 2012 to actually launch the final video. And we actually have a contest. Penn Financial has also sponsored a contest. So $1,000 to the best viral video or video that's included into YouTube. So there's an encouragement, if you will, for others. We've already gotten all kinds of people saying, we're going to put our own viral video in. or we're going to do our own thing and put that in there, which is great. That's what the...
So the administrator of that site will, what if they get a nasty one?
Well, depending on how nasty, if
nasty,
it's
yeah,
if
that's
it's
right.
if it's vulgar, if it has profanity, obviously that's just not appropriate.
Right.
That'll be removed. But everybody has their opinion. If it's constructive criticism, I think we're all open for constructive criticism. I know my wife this morning said I should part my hair the other way, but you know, so I think we're all open to that. And I think we do have, we're the administrators. Trimedia is managing the YouTube channel, the website, and we'll be
Right.
monitoring that. So if any of that profanity appears, we'll make sure that comes off.
Kristen, from your perspective, how do we break through all the traffic on the net?
Well, I mean, it kind of relates back to the discussion we were having earlier about how do you, of all the thousands and thousands and millions of sites out there, how do you reach out to people? I think as large as our global village is on the web, I think we're very much still oriented towards our local communities, and I mean that's a very obvious trend that we've seen with the growth of things like Kijiji, right? Sort of stemming from eBay, right? So you know, we kind of were presented a few years ago with this sort of onslaught of global opportunities on the web, but ultimately it comes down to people still care about what's in their backyard and what's going on and what they see. So I think that's still very much our starting point with this video, is to approach Niagarans, involve Niagarans, speak to Niagarans, have them speak, and they all have those ties already to all the other places around the world. I mean, there's a lot of, I'd like to say, intercontinental connections within Niagara, certainly. So I think it'll just work on its own.
That's an important point too, because my son lives in Vancouver. Actually, both my sons now live in the West Coast. But you know, both of them are really interested in doing something. One of them's at Simon Fraser, the other one's a skateboard nut in Vancouver. And the one who's a skateboarder has already got an idea of what he's going to do as sort of, let's say, an expat to Niagara. So yes, people in Niagara, we want them to be engaged, but we also want other people to tell, even though they're in other parts of the world, what's great about their home.
Well, that's great. So the date again is the first of the new year?
November 1st, we'll have our trailer up, so
yeah.
people can further participate. We're still obviously looking for sponsors. We know that there's still opportunity for that. We're looking for people to put their own videos up and listen to the music and have fun with it. But the final video for the project will be around January 31st, 2012. But if I can, just two quick things, two challenges. One is the challenge out to the audience out there to participate. Give us your input, give us your videos, give us your own music. And the other is, you said you're part of the social media. Obviously, we can use your help to spread the word. The more of us that are spreading the good word about Niagara, the better. So we would appreciate all your help.
And what's the site people can go to?
www.niagarasocialproject.com.
And you're already thinking of something else, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, it's an interesting idea, and what strikes me is this collaborative effort. We've got your company, we've got Nedco, we've got your company, and a bunch of other people.
Right.
This is it has the feel of like an old town meeting, town hall meeting. Guy, again, when you look at this type of vehicle, will we see more of this, do you think, in terms of marketing the region?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We have to use everything at our disposal to, I think, differentiate Niagara from all the other offerings, whether it be economic development or our appeal to tourists. So yeah, anything like this that we can use, where we can use technology that's common, that everybody can use, yes, absolutely.
I don't know whether you guys can answer, any of you answer this question. What's the next big thing in technology that we haven't talked about yet? Is there something else?
Well, I think a lot of that is going to be determined by our usage. I think things are only becoming more portable, more interactive. I mean, if I could name a device, I mean, I'm sure I would have sold it already to somebody important. But like we're saying, things are just becoming more portable, more interconnected from a mobile sense. I think it's only logical. I mean, processor speeds double every 8 months. according to Moore's law. So it's just going to get quicker, faster, and more interconnected.
I use this like a workhorse.
Yes.
Yep.
An absolute workhorse. So we're going to follow this as it comes down down the net. Keep in touch with us. We want to see how this goes, and we'd encourage everyone to get in touch with you to send some information.
Thanks
in.
for this opportunity.
We appreciate
John.
it.
Pleasure. I'm glad all three of you could come.
Yeah, thank you.
So get your camera out, whatever form that camera takes. Contact the website and be part of this project. I'm glad you watched this week. Have a great 7 days, and I'll see you next week.